Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have a large number of families and guests of our graduating recruits with us today. The young men and women graduating today have completed
This is the big day in the life of Navy recruits at Orlando. Proof of what they have accomplished. Graduation. The last time they will be called recruits. These are the newest men and women of the Navy. But this is the end of our story. The beginning was a Navy gray bus at the Orlando Jetport or bus station. Apprehension and anticipation of what was to come.
Well, the recruiter made it sound pretty good. Want to get some schooling.
I'm thinking, what am I doing here?
What are we going to do when we first get here? You're thinking about what's going to happen.
I've been waiting for this day, and I don't know if I like it so far.
But it doesn't take long to find out what you're supposed to do. The Navy has a carefully outlined plan that starts now at the receiving center of the Recruit Training Command.
You men will be referred to as recruits from here on out. You're presently assigned to the Recruit In-Processing Facility of the Recruit Training Command. You'll be assigned to this facility anywhere from 2 to 5 days. During this time, you'll be busy with medical and dental examinations, getting your military haircuts, taking classification tests. You'll be issued and fitted for your uniform, doing a lot of things that are essential.
This is the longest night, and the shortest. Before the sun comes up, there are things to do. Tired recruits eat and begin their first week. One of their first benefits is a free haircut.
We feed them a lot of grit, and it makes their hair grow back. Is that right? Yeah.
The barbers are civilian professionals who know exactly how to give a haircut that will pass Navy inspection.
I'm a try harder. I'm gonna wash it, comb it, brush it, grease it, everything I can do to it. Even rub it at night. I'm gonna make it grow back.
I came in with a beard and a mustache and hair, and now I'm completely bald.
It takes just all that time to grow your hair in a few seconds for it to be gone.
Then uniforms are issued. Beautiful. All for working, none for looking great downtown. But who's going downtown? Everybody's going swimming in a magnificent, oversized pool. The instructors find out if you can swim. If you can't, they teach you.
Your first water safety and survival class. You will get others during the course of your training, but this one is crucial to the beginning of your training. To the left. All right, everybody, back down to this. Spread out down in this end. Break it down here. All right, bring it back down. Put your heads back. Back on your feet. Bicycle. Arch your back.
A lot of things happen this week in RIF. A new recruit is indoctrinated in naval history, military drill, and given a series of classification tests. You get shots. Some hurt, some don't.
We give meningitis, adenoviruses, and take all their allergies. They're allergic to penicillin, chicken feathers, tetanus, you name it. We get all that.
You even learn how to brush your teeth all over again.
At least once a year and a periodic dental checks. They can reduce dental decay up to about 64%. This is what.
By the end of the week, you've been eased out of civilian life and into military life. Then comes commissioning, the day you are assigned to a company.
Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, sir. At ease, take your seats. I'd like to take this opportunity to officially welcome you to the Navy. This morning you're here to be commissioned as companies and be assigned company numbers. These numbers are going to remain with you. And of course, you're going to be closely associated with them during the next 9 weeks of training.
In the weeks ahead, you literally spend every hour together, asleep or awake, and other members of your company become your closest friends. You go everywhere together. And in recruit training, when you go anywhere, you march. You march to classes like career guidance.
Now, we have 5 separate types of discharges in the Navy, and the character of each discharge will be determined by your character while you're in the service.
Going to classes, don't you?
Well, they have academic classes for ships, aircraft, and weapons, orientation, jobs and training, and naval history. That's their 4 basic subjects, plus they get a little bit of self-improvement, health and hygiene, and stuff like this to round out their academic curriculum. And then they have the military side.
racial relations,
This isn't usually what happens. If somebody starts using these words against you, what usually happens, you turn around and break Article 128. Assault.
or a class in safety.
What I'm saying is don't check for that leak with your hand because you're liable to lose it.
And where do you learn to do all that marching? Out on the grinder. That's where. And on the grinder, you also get your morning exercises. Jumping jacks, wood chops, push-ups, run in place. This gets you in shape for such things as the JFK test and the obstacle course, lovingly referred to as the nature trail.
Go up, touch the top of the pole, and come back down, and do not slide down. It could prove to be disastrous. After the rope climb comes your
One place where the young men of the Navy can meet the young women of the Navy is in the mess hall. Chow time is co-ed. Where else can you get good food and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a different lady every day?
Not without paying for it, anyhow.
It's great. It's good to talk to him, yeah.
I like being near the young ladies.
Free food. Everything's free, so I love it. Free clothes, free room and board. You name it, it's free. I love it.
But one of the places you don't particularly like to meet is in the galley. Because when 9,000 people eat, somebody has to serve them and do the dishes.
Just washing pots and pans. Just scrubbing these pans, putting them on the tray over there. Pots and pans is all I know.
This is one of the duties of ship work week or service week, along with such things as messenger or sentry duty. Then there are the good times of training, the barracks. There's no place like home. Spit and polish and a lot of conversation. About what? About the Navy, of course.
Okay, today Louisville will have next game.
Yeah, we just line up challenges.
Winter stage. I'm 110, lost 3.
That's pretty good. I don't see you sitting there.
Well, I haven't.
He is now among you at the calling of your heart. Rest assured it is true.
Sunday, there's the chapel. The only one in the Navy, especially for recruits. It's a turned-on chapel. And in addition to regular services, the chaplains hold contemporary services. Church, of course, is voluntary, but they really pack them in.
Some people have a hard time believing that you were expressing your love with all your applause and your cheering. If there is a generation on earth that knows about love, it is you. There was a long-haired man that lived in Palestine a few thousand years ago who also knew about love. He finally found peace after he was...
Somewhere about the middle of training, there's a picnic at Lake Baldwin with volleyball, paddle boats.
They were telling me this morning they were surprised. They thought we were just going to come down here and have a hamburger and just sit around and look at one another. They didn't know it was going to be like this. This gives recruits a chance to get out and relax a little bit and get out from under the pressure of their daily inspections and the daily routine. And they use the telephones and they just run around and more or less do what they want to for a few hours and just basically get away from the pressure.
And lots of food and soft drinks.
They just jump in there and anybody who thinks he can cook just jumps in and gets with it. They burn a few and eat a few raw. They don't really care though. I don't think they probably eat them if they weren't even cooked.
By now, new dress uniforms have been issued and fitted. The training goes on. Gas instruction and the gas chamber.
All right, once I tell you to take that gas mask off, take your gas mask off. The time that you'll be inside the gas chamber will depend on how long it takes everybody to get your gas mask off. I don't consider how long you've been inside here until after the last man's got his gas mask off. All right, go ahead, take your gas mask off. Go, get him off there.
small arms, and the firing range. And firefighting.
Flames beat down in the sides of the compartment. As you move into the compartment, you get in there and the flames are beating down towards the back of the compartment. We're going to go into the gooseneck fashion.
And then comes the big day.
Going home. Bring it on down now. Going home, going home, going home. Going home.
Graduation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have a large number of families and guests of our graduating recruits with us today. The young men and women graduating today have completed a thorough and comprehensive training program designed to smoothly affect their transition from civilian life to military life. Their first few days were spent in our in-processing facility, where they received their recruit haircut and uniforms. The recruits were then indoctrinated in the basics of Navy life. This included general orientation and instruction in subject areas.
File 1.
Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the national anthem.
Recruit training for these women and men is finished. It has ended. They now enter a new life. May they know strength, loyalty, love, and concern for themselves and for fellow human beings. Amen. I urge you to seek the same pride of accomplishment which I am sure you all feel and so richly deserve today. It has been a great pleasure for me to be with you today, and I look forward to serving with all of you in the years ahead. In the language of the sailor, may your careers all have fair winds and following seas. Good luck to you all.
These are the sounds of recruit training that you'll want to remember.
You men will be referred to as recruits from here on out.
Make it go back.
In a few seconds for it to be gone.
Your first water safety and survival class.
At ease, take your seats.
What usually happens, you turn around and break Article 128.
Inspection.
Safety jumper jacks, begin.
Love it. Going to classes, don't you just...
Go up, touch the top of the pole, and come back down, and do not slide down. It could prove to be
I
disastrous.
like being near the young ladies.
Free food. Everything's free, so I love it. Free clothes, free room and board. You name it, it's free. I love it.
Just washing pots and pans. Just scrubbing these pans, putting them on the tray over there. Pots and pans.
All companies send 3 men down.
The Navy gave to me 10 cans.
They just jump in there, and anybody thinks he can cook just jumps in and gets with it.
There was a long-haired man that lived in Palestine a few thousand years ago.
All right, once I tell you to take that gas mask off, take your gas mask off. The time... Flames beat down in the sides of the compartment. As you move into the compartment, you get in there and the flames are beating down towards the back of the compartment.
Going home. Going home. Bring it on down now. Going home, going home, going home. Going home.
If you ever forget what an important part of your life it really was, just listen to this record. It will furnish many memories for years to come.